And welcome to Monster Factory Part 4. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is our preliminary event. I'm sitting here with the monster himself, Monster Michael Todd, and the very lovely, the beautiful Mrs. Monster, a.k.a., you have a lot of AKs, Rebecca Todd. How are you guys doing today?
We're good, man. We're good.
Doing good, excited. Okay, there's a lot of excitement in this room. A lot of people have been chattering about this event this weekend, and super pumped.
Yeah, and remember, guys, keep in mind, this is a kind of a test run for us. So, again, people asked on your live chat the other day, are you guys going to do like a test run to make sure audio is working? Well, you're in it. We're in it right now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to iron out bugs and any kinks tonight, but we're also going to bring some live entertainment, which is going to feature 2 matches tonight, the weigh-ins for the main event tomorrow, and what else? Like some fun stuff, right?
Some awesome stuff, but Vitacell Biologics, if these guys, amazing stem cells, if they were not a part of this event probably would not be happening right now. These guys are amazing. They've been huge supporters. What's the number?
I should say it. I memorized it because I've said it so many times. It is 1-855-696-CELL. Again, that's 1-855-696-2355 if you can't spell the word cell. And let's just talk about a couple other sponsors. We have Redcon.
But you have to use code Monster. I don't know what this guy's doing.
I am.
He's so excited.
I'm deducting pay every time you screw up.
He wants to get to the
Oh my God.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give you some right now.
All right.
Again, code Monster, and guys, use the word Monster. It's just to show everybody that you're watching this event, you're supporting arm wrestling. All this stuff just keeps helping these events grow and grow, so we can get Monster Factory 39 if we're lucky.
Monster Factory 39. I think my right arm will be good by then.
You should be good by then. We're going to talk about that stuff too. But like I said, we have a couple other sponsors. Redcon 1. We have McHenry Excavating. We have 9 Line Apparel and Merit Constructions. Some of those you can use the code MONSTER20, like on Redcon 1, 9 Line Apparel, and it'll save you some money, right? And give you a little bit of credit.
Absolutely. Yeah, but so, yeah, exactly. The Vitacell Biologics, using code Monster, just let them know you found out about them through arm wrestling. You were watching arm wrestling so that they continue to support arm wrestling. The guys are awesome. They're doing great things. You're seeing them all over YouTube, social media. All kinds of influencers are using them right now. Rebecca and I actually go down next Thursday to get stem cells ourselves. Yes. So the doctor finally released me and said, let's get some stem cells. I'm like, heck yeah, let's do it.
And
but yeah,
the
dude.
brace is off the arm?
I mean, it's...
You just see.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Any excuse for Michael to flex. I just
whatever it's any opportunity I get. It's not quite as impressive as it was, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
It'll get there.
All right.
Okay, and also we do have something a little bit special tonight. So after the matches are over, stay tuned. We're going to have a 10-minute or so Q&A. Get those super chats in. It's going to be Q&A about the event, maybe some of your favorite athletes, but Q&A with Rebecca and Michael, and we'll get you some inside, information about the event that's going to be happening.
Absolutely. So we're about to go to weigh-ins. We have weigh-ins for tomorrow night. We're going to have we got 3 title matches. 170-pound titles on the line, right-handed. The 240-pound left-handed titles on the line. 240-pound right-handed titles on the line. And we have Eduardo Tiete and Craig Touye weighing in for 200 pounds. So we're going to take it over to Luke Polster and let him do the weigh-ins.
Luke Polster, our master referee.
Oh, yeah.
WAF master referee. Roman Gromov up first. Looking fit.
To the scale, a very trim. I think he's, even if he held a pizza in his hand, he's still under 170, right?
Yeah, he's been bulking up, though. I think he's
165.2.
There you go. There you go. I mean, if he'd had a 4.8-pound pizza, though, he would have made it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a match I'm really excited about here.
I'm super excited about this match. Dustin is a stud. Roman's been #1 in North America at lightweight for a while, so this has all kinds of implications.
170.8.
Nice.
All right. He's definitely got 0.8 pounds on a close, right?
Absolutely.
There you go.
So too.
All right. Yeah, let's get Craig in. So Eduardo missed his flight. He was stuck in Charlotte. He's going to be here probably about an hour, hour and a half. And he's like, can I do a remote weigh-in? I'm like, nah, at the Monster Factory, you got to make weight here. So he's going to be here.
199.2. That is a big
That's a big Craig Touye. I don't care who you're saying.
I
don't know what he's got in his jeans, though, but he's huge.
Check out that shirt, though. We are not the same.
I agree
We are not
Artem.
the same. Artem looking massive.
Artem was eating everything in the kitchen.
He was throwing it down.
He was actually working out this morning.
270, no, 208.
208.
He does look big. He does look big. All right, so what we got next? We got Pablo. Uh-oh.
And Michael, we were just saying this. Pablo always looked like he just got done doing a set of bicep curls.
He looks like he's always working out. Like he just looks jacked constantly.
242.
242. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's a 240-pound weight class, but obviously he's got 2 pounds of clothes on. Let's see where the legend, Ron Bad, hell, he's a legend. He says on a shirt.
Yes, sir.
239.
239. Heck
Man,
yeah.
that is a cut up Ron Bass.
Yes,
That
it
is a
is.
cut up Ron Bass. All
I'm
right.
so excited to have him back in the Monster Factory. He was one of our originals here, Monster Factory
He
1.
was here
yeah.
for Monster Factory 1. Ron Bath, it's always a pleasure and a blessing for me to have someone of Ron Bath's caliber in the Monster Factory. Ron has made it out for a couple of practices with me. This is his second Monster Factory. Pablo is an absolute stud. He represents the championship of the heavyweight division at Monster Factory in both right and left hand. So we're going to find out tomorrow night whether he can hold on to that title or whether the legend claim what he believes is his.
Yeah, and so Michael, I wanted to ask you. Obviously, this is the first Monster Factory you're not competing in.
If you ever say that again, I'll kill you.
Okay, but is there some pressure taken off of it? That you can sit back and just
Dude,
watch?
Yeah, I have
watch
absolutely
the
zero pressure. Thank you for bringing that up, though. Yeah, dude, it's I was supposed to be pulling Pablo here. You know, this card was going to be crazy.
Yeah,
This was Richard Lupke's coming back out of retirement versus Chance Shaw. Richard unfortunately had a bulging disc in his back. I can't remember what exact herniated disc or something. So we had to get rid of that match. And then shortly thereafter, I tear my bicep. So me and Pablo's off. So we scrambled for a few days to try to figure this out.
And Chance was injured.
Chance was injured. He's like, dude, I was having a beat the champ the other day where I was arm wrestling everybody, and the kids and ladies were hurting my elbow. He's like, I may not be able to handle this. So we were looking for some matches. We thought about trying to get Corey involved. Corey has a race tomorrow, like this big, awesome race with his awesome Chevrolet Camaro car. So we got a hold of Ron Bath. Ron's like, yes, sir, I want that match. I mean, the Monster Factory title is a pretty big title to have. So he's like, yes, I absolutely want. Let me get in there. So super excited about this card. We got some amazing matches tomorrow, but we have a couple of firecracker matches tonight.
Yes.
We got John Therian all the way in from Canada.
Yes, maybe the most active arm wrestler, at least this month. Every time I turn on
Dude,
YouTube or something,
yeah, he's everywhere.
John Therian's on that card.
He's absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Then you got Stephen Loxton. Some people may not know who Stephen Loxton is. Stephen Loxton is pedigree. He's legacy. His dad, Bill Loxton, Hands of Stone, Bill Loxton, Game of Thrones. I mean, not Game of Thrones. Game of Arms. It would have been cool if he been Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Game of Arms. Let me tell you, without getting emotional, one of the things that we saw in Stephen Loxton's, you know, when you meet the athletes, I just want to make my dad proud.
Yeah.
I just want to make my dad proud. So if that doesn't get you invested in this match, nothing's going to. I think we're about to kick things off real soon. Maybe have a tell of the tape, something like that. What do you got, baby?
I want somebody in his corner.
We also do have let's talk about the other match. We have the opposite end. We have two big guys with Ben LeClaire and Matt Satori.
Dude.
These are big
If
guys.
you don't know who Ben LeClaire is, 6'8", like 420, 440. You got Matt Satori, 6'4", 380. There's 800 pounds of men on that table for the second match.
Is that the biggest match? Is that bigger than Corey?
Yeah, it's Corey and John, Corey and Cody. It was about the same. It's
all right.
probably the same because I think Corey's around that Cody's around that 370, 380 mark. Corey's around that 430, 440 mark. So yeah, dude, that's basically the same size guys. It's just the thing. Ben LeClaire is 6'8". He's enormous.
Shout out to those tables. They're built different here in Arkansas.
They're built different in Arkansas. We got them going on. Combat Arm Sports got a good table. Monster Factory Arm Wrestling table. I think we're about to kick things off. Do we have?
I think we are. We're ready to take it to Luke. This is Steven versus John.
All right,
we're jumping
Luke
right in.
Pulsher, master referee, calling the shots.
You can tell already the crowd's kind of getting into it. You know, we're getting ready to watch some arm wrestling. Again, if you haven't been to the Monster Factory, I mean,
I feel like they did a little do-si-do.
for some reason, it feels like we're at home.
It does kind of feel like you're at home, doesn't it?
I don't know why for you. All right, so what do we expect? There's a classic battle, top roll versus hook.
Come on, guys. Give them
What about the setup that Stephen Logsdon has? His left foot is over past his right shoulder. I've honestly never seen that setup. That could only be an outside move. There's no other lane that he's going for if he keeps that foot like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the on the pyramid, but yeah, literally.
Seriously, that's a lot. So I think John is predominantly a right-handed arm wrestler. This is a right-handed match tonight. Left-handed is going to be a ranking in North America match.
Okay.
Both these guys are going to kill. Let's see what happens on go. Ooh, we almost got it started.
And
with the way that he's got his legs on it, he's got to be leaning back. And I mean, John's got to be feeling pressure in his fingers. What do you think?
I would have to say so, yeah. And I mean, these are two guys we know their lanes are going at, and it's going to be up to Luke to make sure neither guy gets an advantage.
So he'll have to take control of this setup, but it looks good. Both these guys look pretty even. Thumbs good, elbows. Well, we kind of could see that. That was kind of telegraphed. We saw the strap coming, but I think both of these guys are happy to be in there. They're not afraid of being tied to one another, so we're about to find out who the stronger man is. Normally, the strap tells no lies. The stronger man wins, but there are ways to manipulate it, and I think both these guys are experiencing the strap.
Yeah, I mean, they're both doing the classic, I'm so tired.
I'm just so exhausted. Let me put
so
my
exhausted.
hand higher up there and tuck my head down.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, all you're doing is you're just getting higher. You're getting height. Both these guys are fighting for height. You
So
know,
you mean they're really not that tired already after that one
I
slip?
think they got quite a bit of energy left. These are a
Okay.
couple of young bucks.
All right, I hope so too.
Therian's laying on the tricep. That means he's pushing that thumb up higher. It will be up to Luke to make sure the webbings are even. But yeah, I mean, so okay, right now, looking at this match, watching that slip, which looked pretty neutral.
You did.
Where's your money at?
I mean, it's really hard to tell. I'd like a little bit more data. I'm going to see once they start.
Well, as soon as we see this first go,
Well,
we have a lot of data.
I want to see once they get their webbing and everything like that. Because right now it looks like the strap's quite high on Steven's wrist,
Yeah.
and where again that may be his style, where
may
it
want
looks
that,
like John typically. I know you want your strap lower on the wrist, you get a little more access to back pressure.
I'm still so intrigued with Stephen Logson's left foot.
I have not
Essentially
seen that.
even with his right
Yeah,
shoulder.
and
That
as long as you've been arm wrestling, which is how many years is it?
Oh
now
my
for
God!
you?
So I am in my 33rd year. So
Okay.
I was gonna go, get excessive, say it's like 100 and something, but really,
It's-
I'm in my 33rd year, and now he's setting up more traditional. He's
Yes.
right. Oh no,
Nope.
look at his left. He's got. This guy's going hard outside.
All right, now I
he
would
is
imagine
going
that,
hard
too.
outside.
I
How
got
is
a little question for you really quickly. Somebody is like, thank you for doing this. I can't find their name now, but they want to know how big is the Monster Factory? That's a two-part question.
Okay, so currently the Monster Factory facility consists of 2,000 heated and cooled square feet. We do have something coming that's going to change that.
Super exciting.
Oh my God, so excited!
Are you going to unveil any of this during the show?
I don't know if I'm going to.
Okay.
If we do it, it happen tomorrow, and it's going to be if Mrs. Monster says it's okay. I want to talk
Or if
about it
that's
because I'm so
super
excited.
chats.
Oh, if there's $1 billion in super chats,
Okay.
I will tell the world.
Okay,
A billion.
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean, I don't even know if there's enough arm wrestlers to make that happen. Here we go. Oh, this looks good.
Ready, go!
Nice. That's a really nice up. Wow. And Steven.
Well, I mean, the dude set up with his whole body. That was amazing. Like, I mean, how strong John Therian's bicep was going to have to be to pull that shit back? Like, I don't. Okay, first off, how strong was John Therian's bicep going to have to be to pull it back? And how strong must Stephen Logson's core be to hold himself up like that?
Well,
Because
we're saying,
his whole body was underneath the table from the referee's grip. Like I was telling you, I've never seen that.
that's what I was getting at. Like for 33 years, if you've never seen it, I've never seen it set up like that. But apparently,
Clearly, I need to start setting up like that. That shit looked really effective.
because arm wrestling 101 is you put your everyone says
Oh,
put
dude.
your main foot, your foot under
Lead,
lead
whatever
foot.
arm wrestling, whatever
Right.
arm
Same foot,
wrestling with,
same
same
arm.
foot forward, left foot pointed to the left, because that's whatever way you're going.
The Logsons apparently say
They trick that. They
Screw that.
trick it up. Like, listen, we're from Kansas City. We do things different.
Our
No.
buddy Phil Woody throwing down the super chat.
Check out
Support.
Phil
Thank
Woody.
You so much, Phil. He is
Wait,
Loving the
who's
Monster
helping
Factory.
me?
Yeah, he's right down the road. Yeah.
helping me a ton right
I think we got Brent Rockers back there behind me. I see some big old arms and right behind over. Yeah, I think that's right behind Rebecca. We got some big old arms. Brent Rockers back there.
15 seconds.
We may have Eduardo coming pretty soon. I'm not sure. That was an amazing match, though.
so.
I mean, seriously, like
Do you think
John Therian's a beast.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he is a beast.
Yeah. Now, is
So-
it possible that he felt a little too overconfident? And because I was talking to John earlier, and he seemed pretty confident with his right hand match.
Dude, that was okay. So that was an eye opener for us all.
Yes.
I think.
I
Can Steven get to back the slip? Because he's setting up that same. Look at that setup. Okay,
Yeah.
that setup is that's very unique.
and I would imagine it'd be quite hard to do if they go back into a ref script.
How did he
that
do it in a ref script?
You're not allowed to pressure, especially.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how strong his core must be. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And on
he's-
go, he's just letting it all fall back, but he's
Right.
keeping a nice tight angle with his hand, his knuckles right. It looks like John's going to be driving inside. here.
diving inside. Yeah.
The wrist is nowhere near straight. He wants to cup in. He wants to shoulder press. He wants to go hard sideways.
That looks pretty good right there.
Whoa!
Oh.
That scared me.
And
Yeah,
that's
the John
you actually
Therian.
scared me.
That's
with
the
that.
that's the savage I was expecting to see right there. Now the
buddy.
thing is, can he do that? Can he be that aggressive once he's tied to him? Because that's what Steven's showing us. Once you tie yourself to him, that leverage, that leaning back, that position that he's taking with his setup, it's just it's negating
Yes.
all the aggression from the savage, right?
Yeah.
From John Therian. So John looked pretty pissed that time. So can he keep that type of tenacity up in the strap? That's what we're gonna find out real soon. Now will they go back to referee's grip? Go ahead, babe.
I want to hop in here. Someone is like, I thought Monster Factory 4 is tomorrow night. That it is. You are in the middle of
You're in the
our
preliminaries.
live dress rehearsal. We have some preliminary matches so we can test everything out before tomorrow. But we got some good entertainment tonight.
Absolutely. So what
thank you
happened?
for
Two
hopping on.
Monster Factories ago, we decided to do live weigh-ins, right? And there was a little Q&A questions and stuff. Well, then I was like, well, hey, if I'm already going to be here and I'm going to have everything set up, I'm going to have a ref. Why don't I go ahead and have some matches? So the preliminaries started at Monster Factory 3, and we've just continued that concept into Monster Factory 4. Who knows? It may eventually be a weekend of arm wrestling in Monster Factory at some point.
with your big new plans, it might be 2 weeks. Might be a week.
It could be a long time. It could be a lot.
Stay tuned for
But
that,
you almost let the cat out of the bag just then. So
I'm not going to say anything.
I gotta
promise.
holler this because Marcus Tedesco says, "Let's go, John Therian."
Marcus Tedesco and
super
I
chat.
are going to be talking on Sunday, I'm pretty sure,
Oh.
about his, Arsenal arm wrestling, Austin arm wrestling potentially being involved in what we have coming up.
And here we go. We're in a ref script.
Same
Thank you
thing
so
again.
much, Marcus,
Can he get it
for
again?
Man, I
your
wish
super
that-
chat. Those are definitely going to go towards getting more
It
athletes
looks like he
here.
just. Yeah, Steven's got a really nice. The Savage is coming out. So John Therian showed. Obviously, Steven. I liked Steven's setup and his whole thing. Even though he lost that round, he kept his pronation the entire time.
He did keep his formation
And
every time.
he looked relatively calm and relatively unfazed by the fact it looked like he was losing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so and John was very aggressive with those
Super
sides. So
aggressive.
that's the thing. That's what you're gonna get from this young man. He's hungry. He's fiery. But does he compromise his hand and wrist with those surges pins for a best of 5 super match? Yes, he won round 2, but did it take more out of him than it took out of Steven? It looked like it. It looked like it did. But on that same token, Steven's bicep just got opened up.
That did.
And so once your bicep gets opened up, it tends to continue to do that. But also once your wrist gets cracked back, it continues to get cracked
I
back
was
most of
ready
the
to
time.
say
So
that. What would you rather have, your bicep open or your wrist get cracked?
I personally am old school Todd Hutchins style. I'd rather have my wrist cracked and still have my bicep integrity.
All right.
Because I'm one of those people who built a career on crazy side pressure prior to all the injuries that caused me to open top rope. So I've always been that guy, get tied to him and just want it more, right? So
We got a little Florida hollering going on from Garage Grinders Arm Wrestling saying, "Savage, let's go."
I think
Thank
we
you
got
so
a
much for
couple
that
of very intense arm wrestlers on the table.
It is awesome.
And this is a very good preliminary match. And remember, these guys go left-handed tomorrow for a rankings match.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
awesome.
I think Steven may be the higher ranked guy left, and I
I
cannot remember
believe
the
so.
rankings.
Yes, I believe
And
it
then
is.
these guys will be battling for that ranking spot in the 198-pound division in North America.
Seeing the tenacity in this match, definitely glad that they don't have their other match to follow this.
no
They
kidding.
got a night
Yeah,
to
they
rest
got a night
between it.
to rest up.
And again, I wish you guys at home could see, obviously our camera position is fixed, but if you could see Steven Logsdon's feet, his entire body is like twisted in the wrong direction.
That's a lot of core. That's a lot of core. I don't
If
care
you
who you
would.
are.
Again, wow. Really great hit on
Yeah,
People
the
experiment.
thing about MonsterFactory arm wrestling, slips go to the strap, right? Slips go to the straps. That's just, I've always been that guy. If you can do it once, you should be able to do it again. Now, he had very, very good position.
Yes, he
What
did.
we did not see was an explosive John Therian that time. So did that comeback in round 2 take some off of him where he could not have that explosive power?
And
I don't know.
John also gave it like a little bit of a smirk, and I know what that feels like, that thing where you're like, I'm not in a good position right now, but I'm going to smile anyway and look like that slip was
I think we've
intentional.
all
but-
done it at some point.
Yeah.
Got a super chat from Lightning LeRae Jenkins. He wants to give a shout out to Robbie Russell, who will be arm wrestling tomorrow.
Is that LeRae or is that Larry? It's probably
It looks
spelled
like
LeRae, but I think it's.
But he says represent Tennessee well.
Yeah, I mean, Larry
and then
Jenkins. I mean,
Marcus Thompson dropping 100
Yeah.
pounds in there. All the
Wow.
best with the event, Rebecca and Michael. Setup looks great. Thank you so much, Marcus, for the feedback. Hashtag Arm Gods. Big shout out for Phil Woody.
Phil Woody in the house. All right, guys, here we go. This is going to be fiery. Let's see what happens.
We are one
I like
and one
using the
if
word
you're
fiery
just-
tonight, apparently.
We're 1-1 if you're just joining us. These guys are one round each. It is a best of 5 match. The first gentleman to 3
I'm just telling you,
wins.
sorry to cut you off, but it looks like that setup from Steven would just fatigue you. Look how he's
Yeah.
having to pronate so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Steven Logsdon is super pumped up.
Oh, my God.
Super.
That is a lot of power.
Now, you guys
So
gave
is
a
it just that
prediction
side of
sheet
the
already.
table?
I-
I'm
it looks-
wondering-
That side of the table, so whoever's getting the buckle currently is losing. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I think Steven's going to try to put a stop to that. Okay, listen, I'm a fan of John Therian. I wouldn't have had him had I had him here had I not been. But I am extremely impressed with what Steven Logs is doing.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm almost at a loss for words. Like, this was one of the. I came down here to kind of watch John Therian show off. You know, do his thing. He's been in Arm Wars. He's been in.
Dude, he went down to Florida and showed out down there. Like,
Yeah.
this guy pops up everywhere. I ran into him for the first time in my quest for 100 at Bowling Green, Bowling Green, Ohio, and he was in the overalls. Those big chest plates. That's the reason I went. I drove past the tournament 7 more hours to go chase those those big chest plates, and he was in the overall with me, and he had destroyed everybody at 198 and 220 that day, and I'd won the 242s and super, so we pulled in the overalls, and powerful young man, powerful young man. So I knew I had to have him at the Monster Factory.
If you're a Logsdon fan, he looks like if I'm his dad, I'm already
I'm proud of my son.
I'm proud of him for sure.
If I'm Bill Logsdon, I'm definitely got a smile on my face because his son Steven is showing out tonight. But this, like we said, like Rebecca just said, it seems like whoever's on the left-hand side of the table is getting the dominant position. Now this is again looks like from here, it looks like John has a chance to drive inside.
Yes,
now
from
I
this
see
angle,
this being a slip again. I don't see him having enough dominance in his hand to stop the slip. I feel like it's going to go outside. He might be on top of the hand when it slips, but I think we're still going to straps.
I would agree.
Yeah. So you can see in that match, you can see Steven wanting the strap, getting to the strap. Now, will he have enough? Now, what it looked like in round 2 when John got that win? It looked like Steven got that position that he wanted in round 1, and he ended up getting it again in round 3, but he hesitated. Yeah. And when he hesitated there, he's like, listen, if you're not going to pin me, I'm going to pin you, and he just went crazy
that's
sideways.
What it looks
right?
Like. Yeah, that's what
so
it looks like too.
Will we see Steven Logsdon hesitate again? Will the buckle play a role? Will we see John Therian go crazy with side pressure again and make it a 2-2 full 5-round match, or will Steven Logsdon do something special right now?
Again, and it just goes back to the age-old saying that arm wrestling is a game of millimeters. Obviously, these guys are pretty evenly matched. Where anything like something so subtle as the buckle, people argue one hand or the other. Does the buckle matter? Does matter? Doesn't matter? I think it matters. I do think the buckle matters. But in a match like this, when it's close, if there's a 10-20% strength gap, yes, the buckle doesn't matter. But when two guys are stylistically so different and maybe strength-wise so close, every little thing's going to count.
I spent my entire career thinking the buckle didn't matter, and I always chose the buckle side for my first match in a super match because I felt like I got to determine how tight the strap was.
Right.
They have since changed that rule and said it's a referee's discretion on how tight it is. So my entire style of arm wrestling had to change because I just wanted a tight strap and I was going to buckle your wrist eventually, right, with my pronation. Now, if I get too loose with strap and I don't have the strap pulled down low on my wrist, then I will get compromised because they'll climb out of the strap. So, yes, in today's arm wrestling world, with the current set of rules that mostly we have to compete under, the buckle does play a difference.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, especially when you're so evenly matched. Again, I'm looking at the way he's turned. You can see literally his butt crack.
Dude, that's great. Look at that. Look at where his left foot is.
Yeah.
His left foot is in the center, all the way across the line of the post, of the frame of the arm wrestling table.
Now, it looks like John's wrist is already compromised.
Not yet.
I have to actually get a video of this.
Here we go.
Wow. Steven Logsdon just pulled off, I think what most people consider a pretty big upset.
I mean, in my opinion, it is. And it's not because Steven's not a talented arm wrestler.
No,
it's just John has made himself so much more notoriety and fame traveling around the world, right?
We're going to talk to John right now. Again, we're going to interview all the
athletes.
Grab
your seat here, John.
After every match. And there he is, the busiest guy in arm wrestling.
Dude.
John
So
Therian.
you're a stud. I'm a huge fan. Wow. I mean, how'd that feel? What did you run to? What did you feel on the table that made it where you couldn't be you? Like I saw you in round 2 come out. The rest of rounds, it looked like he negated everything that you were trying to do.
I don't know. I find I was just too slow today.
Okay, so yeah, it looked like
on the end. Well, he was super good in the setup, first of all. But
I've never seen a setup like. Wait till you go back and watch his setup. His feet. I've never seen a setup like that.
Yeah, he was posting super high, so like I could barely close my hand. So yeah, that screwed me a little bit. But I think I was just too slow.
Yeah. So what are you gonna change up for tomorrow? Tomorrow y'all got Lefty. What's going on there?
I need to wake the heck up.
Gotta wake up. Gotta wake up, baby. All right, you made the trip. You came all.
Props to him. Be strong.
Dude, yeah. So where are you gonna be at next? Other than tomorrow here at the MonsterFactory, what's next for John Therian?
Dallas Langston in 2 weeks.
Right, wow.
Oh, wow. That's soon. All right, brother. Hey, God bless. Great to have you. All right, yes, sir.
Hey, man, it was awesome to watch you perform. John Therian, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to talk to the winner. He definitely made his father
Sarah,
proud.
Go get one of the medals. Go get 2 of the medals. Go get 2 of the medals.
Definitely made his father proud.
Dude, be careful, my arm. Amazing. I watched you 8 weeks ago compete. Looked real impressive. Then we talked about your weight. You're going to cut down to the 200-pound weight class. You had been telling me this whole time you had a point to prove. You wanted to show out. I saw you perform recently. I think it's at the Cobra Classic or something like that. Dude, congratulations.
Took 1 loss on fouls at the Cobra Classics with Tim here.
Yeah.
And we had
Sound very good.
Other than that, what I
me
need
too.
to
I think we need to find a way.
John's really lit a fire underneath my ass. You know what I mean?
You want me
Like,
just to hand him
I
this?
wanted this so bad that he was gonna have to break it.
Let you just run
You
it
know what I
out.
mean?
I've been there. Trust me. I've been
Oh,
there.
yeah,
you know.
yeah, you're a warrior, and you know, like I wanted to be able to fight at your level. You know, like,
Dude,
you never gave up, and there was no part of me that was willing to give up there because I've worked every night. John Theron, I've done 1,000 reps every night, and that man has earned my respect. He's a badass.
Amen, brother. Hey, God bless.
That don't make you
Thank
emotional.
you
Yeah.
guys for this.
Here we go.
opportunity.
Check you out. You're the first person ever to receive a Monster Factory arm wrestling medal. There will be. There you go. Congratulations,
Can we ask
brother.
Steven? Hey, can we ask Steven a real quick question? Sit back down. I just want to ask you. Michael and I we've never seen. He said in 33
Oh, yeah, the
years,
setup, the
he's
setup.
never seen anyone set up like you. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How long you been doing
Grab
that?
that.
So watching John and how he pulls and the angles he's attacking, with my body dimensions and how the table's set up, I found an angle that's
A lot more science than I.
defensive, but it uses body weight more of like a levering motion. So I'm basically setting up an angle that I can fall from, but assert
And still stay tight and it's be offensive. Yeah.
up and side into the same motion.
Dude, I've never seen a setup like that. I'm sitting there thinking, how strong is this kid's core to hold his body like that in the setup in the referee's grip? Like,
It's my arm. I'm doing a one-hand pull-up on my arm the whole time.
so how does it not fatigue during all those 4 rounds of arm wrestling? 1,000
Thousands of
reps a night. Yeah, there you
Thousands
go.
of
All
reps.
right.
Like, it's how you build it up. Your foundation has to be strong. If you can handle 1,000 reps of a low weight, you'll build that base to hold big weights.
All right, brother.
There
Hey,
you go.
God
That's how
bless.
you train.
Congratulations. Yes, sir. All right.
you,
Take
guys.
care,
Congrats,
brother. All right.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
All right.
thank you for the chance. I appreciate it so much.
Steven Logston definitely made somebody's dad proud.
Oh, my God.
And he's talking about you. You're talking about getting emotional. He's telling you inspired him the way you don't quit. He don't quit. I mean, I'm making sure do you have tissues on hand,
We
Rebecca?
probably do need to have some tissues for
Okay.
tomorrow because I'm an inspiring son of a gun.
I know you
I
are.
want to
Um,
read just a couple
all
of
right, let's see it.
super chats here. I've got
It's really windy in here all of a sudden.
Yeah, they kicked the fans on.
Paul Hutchins Jr. says, I ain't a limo riding, jet flying, Rolex wearing like Mark, but here's a little something to help out. LOL. Thank
Appreciate
you
the support,
so
young man.
much
Thank
for
you so
that
much.
support. Again, Bo Edgar says, great job, Steven. Thanks to Monster and Mr. Todd, Mrs. Todd, Mr. and Mrs. Todd,
Yeah.
and to Vitacell. Thank you so much for supporting. Again, we really appreciate the super chats. We stick those in the hole for the next Monster Factory.
Well, not even just for the next Monster Factory, for what's coming here at the Monster
It's
Factory.
very exciting stuff.
There's some very, very exciting things coming soon. Literally by the end of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to have a completely different look.
Yeah, so
I'll say that much. It's going to have a completely
Yeah, I was going to
different
say,
look.
I don't know if I'm saying too much, but you can pinch me or kick me if I do. But Mike was telling me his plans, and I'm thinking, like 2025, 2026. He's like,
he
no,
doesn't
July.
do anything.
And I was
that
like,
I know.
oh, okay.
It's got to happen by July.
Oh, well, all
Well,
right.
it's the end of July.
Oh,
I'm giving us the
oh,
end of July.
Okay,
End of
well, that's
July.
plenty of time.
Well, I mean,
then.
we're having Monster Factory 5 here September 16th, so
Okay.
it has to be done in time, and we have to have some
Definitely before
yeah.
2025, though.
way before
Okay,
2025.
because that's what it sounded like. to
All
me.
right, so I feel like we have another exciting match coming. What do you got, baby?
Okay, you were saying big things to come. I'm not sure, but you might have been talking about what's about to be on
I
this
very
table.
well could have been talking about what's about to come up on this table. We have a young man out of the Midwest at 6'8", 400 plus pounds, 420, 430, I don't know, big fella. Then we have another young man out of Oklahoma at 6'4", 370, 380. We got 800 pounds about to approach the table, and our master referee, Luke Polster, is about to take control of this thing. So let's see what happens.
All right, Luke.
Let's take it to Luke.
Gentlemen,
This is a left-handed match, by the way, guys. I don't know where Matt's ranked. I know he's top 20, and I think Ben is trying to take that spot from him. I think Matt is the higher ranked arm wrestler. I have not looked at the rankings in a while since I got injured. I don't know if they're gonna take me off yet or not. But yeah, check this out. Look at the size of these fellas. So you don't know anything about either one of these guys, do you?
Only what you've told me, no. I know they're big.
They're big fellas. What do you think's gonna happen?
I think we're going to see some big men arm wrestle. That's what I think.
We got a couple large guys.
So
yeah.
I was going to say, so Michael, this is a left-handed match. Now, whether it's a left-handed or right-handed match, is this up to the athlete, or do you and Rebecca choose that?
We choose that, but it looks like Matt's got a great setup. Look at the power from him. Look where his hands at. Look at his.
go.
Oh. Ooh. Okay, he had a great setup, but Ben's strong.
Ben is very strong.
Because that looked very impressive. It looked like Matt was trying to get that cuff in supination, and from a lower position with the long 6'8" arm, it looked like Ben was trying to come out of it and was taking control of the hand. So will he be able to do that in the strap? Will you see Matt dragging to his side table, transition to a press, or do you see the same thing happen from Ben? Because I think they're both capable. I think they have the same arsenal. What do you
I'm
think?
just curious to see if anyone's going to be watching the Stephen Logston reel back, and we're going to see more people using weird foot positions that we
would
think
be
is
crazy.
weird. You know what I'm saying?
And I can't say I say it's effective.
Yeah,
It was very
well,
unusual and extremely effective. So,
Yeah.
but he said the kid said he was doing a one-arm pull-up the whole time sitting there. That would fatigue the heck out of me.
Yeah, because
You know what I'm
the whole
saying?
time you're talking about core, and he's saying he's doing 1,000 reps with one arm pull-ups. So
This fellow says, Arm Wrestling CEO says that Ben LeClaire is 21. Only 21.
I think he's. Yeah,
Oh my
I
God.
thought it was 20 or 22. I didn't know, so 21 makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah,
And
he's.
Adam Hasty says
Okay,
he's
that's a
left
lot of side
messages
pressure, you
on
said that.
our sponsors' pages thanking them for a great show. Thank you so much
Thank
for that.
you. Thank you guys so much. Now, Ben was setting with an astronomical amount of side pressure. Luke was not going to have that. It looks like it's going to be a referee's grip. So any movement here, because at this point the match is in Luke's hands. So he's going to tell him to square their shoulders. He's going to get their webbings even, close your thumb, close your hand. Do you want a cap? And there can't be any back and forth pressure, right? Any movement at this point is a foul. So let's see what happens. I like. Okay, you can't get the hands closed. Okay, so.
and shout out to Roman Gromov, who's going to be competing. Oh, here we go.
Wow. So that was not what Matt wanted to happen. It seemed like it's exactly what Ben wanted to happen. But the fact that it was slow and controlled, it wasn't explosive.
Yeah.
I mean, he secured and so he's the longer lever guy. And he secured the hook for the lower hand position, it looked like. It looked like Matt had the higher hand in that spot.
Well, I'm touching on something you just said. He pinned him slowly. Really, maybe one of the most pound for pound best arm wrestlers in the world, Daniel Prokopic. He says, I don't fear the guy who can pin me quickly, but I do fear the man who can pin me slowly.
Right.
And because anybody can hit you, move
You
you,
can have a Travis Bajent Silver Bullet in your arsenal and flash people quickly and never even let them engage their power.
But when you just get
when you grab
overpowered
hold
like
of
that,
somebody and you just slowly get pulled into their power and get beat, yeah, that's a scary individual.
that's definitely scary. Yeah.
Especially since the guy just said that Ben's only 21. So
Yeah. Now, have him and Corey West ever met, trained together, anything like that?
they pulled last year at the Branson event, and Corey was in complete control. Corey won both divisions. He won the overalls right and left. I think Ben probably took second to him, at least left, maybe left and right. I can't remember. But yeah, he's an up and comer. He trains with that group out of Hutchinson, Kansas, I believe.
Okay.
With Devin Gagnaben and all those guys. So yeah, very strong group of people to train with.
I just get a little bit jealous when I see a guy who's 6'8" at 21 years old, and I'm 5'7" at 47 years old. I'm probably not going to grow.
You're probably not going to make it.
I'm probably not going to get any taller.
You're not going to make it.
That's all right, though.
All right.
And we hear in the background there,
Yeah,
John
Steven
Terry.
talking about, John and Steven back there talking. Is that who it is?
Yep.
Okay,
All right,
so
slightly
that looked
different
different.
setup. Yeah,
That
I
looked
like
good
that
for
better.
Matt. Matt had very good hand control. It forced Ben to bent wrist press. So what we saw in the last match was Ben securing a drag hook, securing his cup in his supination, winning in a drag hook. If he does not have that cup in supination, I don't know if he's going to have the same access to power. So if we see Matt Satori top roll again, Ben go for the bent wrist press. Although he's so tall and so massive and coming crashing down onto Matt's arm, if Matt pulls and down pressures the elbow and pulls correctly, he might be able to put a lot of fatigue on Ben's arm or possibly transition around and press himself.
Yeah, I was going to say, it also looked like Matt felt something there he liked.
He had a good head nod after the fact. He's like, I'm in this.
And when that happened, because it can feel discouraging, and then all of a sudden you find that lane. Everyone's got a lane.
Okay, so is Ben going for a bent wrist press? It looks like he's set it with his shoulder behind his hand. He looks like he's pressing.
I like Matt's setup.
That's not what he did last time.
I like Matt's setup. I don't know if Luke's going to allow him to do that, but yeah. Luke's get dragged again. Wow.
That dude faked a shoulder press. He faked a flop wrist press, came in and sunk in a drag hook, sunk in a hook, and just drug him over. That's the experienced arm wrestling right there. Because I think he had both of us fooled.
I was not seeing that.
Okay, let me tell you. He had me fooled. So if he had me fooled, he obviously had you fooled.
He definitely had me fooled too. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was impressive.
Well, especially because it looked like Matt felt like I said right before that. It looked like Matt. I like Matt's setup. I thought he had a nicer setup. He looked like he was a little bit higher.
Well, as you were saying that though, Will Luke led me away. That it looked like Luke was telling him to back off that back pressure because it looked like he's loading into his hand and he came forward and we didn't get caught in that hook. If he could have maintained that back pressure, that pressure on the back of his hand into his fingers, into his fingers to crack that wrist back,
Right.
he may have been able to get that position.
Yeah.
But it looked like he came in just a little bit right as about to say go, and Ben secured the hook again. Now, I'm not saying that was anything that Matt did. It could have just been everything that Ben did.
Yeah. No, if you're Matt, do you obviously it looked like you lost the same weight twice?
You go
try
to
something
shoulder
different. Do you go shoulder press or do you try to go into a rest?
False start. You kick him in the shins. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
I'm saying, do you think a rest grip here might benefit Matt to maybe use a little bit of speed to hit to that position as opposed to if he's getting dominated from the
I
side?
am slower in a rest grip.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I know load, right?
Right.
Left-handed, I know load.
Okay.
Right-handed, I don't really load that hard, and I mean sometimes I load. Mostly, I'm a no-load kind of guy.
Okay.
Because the rules have changed in the 33 years I've arm wrestled. Used to you had to max pressure.
Right.
Well, that's horrible because you could be max loading and having to match and go back and forth, the fatigue and everything. And
Especially
they wouldn't
in
let
a tournament,
Yeah,
right?
they wouldn't let you loose load back then. Now the opponent cannot, you know, if you don't load, you don't have to match load. So
Can we just take a moment to appreciate how tiny Luke looks right now?
Luke does look really small.
Yeah.
They are out the shit out of him, but he does not look like a large human being back there.
Oh my
And you got to
gosh.
remember, Luke is a 210 pound guy, right?
Yeah.
He was about 245 when he faced me last MonsterFactory. About 250, 255.
Maybe 310.
About
Could've been
310, yeah.
But yeah, so right now, guys, this is going fast tonight. Like we knew tonight was going to be a fun. I feel like things are going well. Comment in the comment section how you guys think this is going.
Well, definitely compared to last time.
I'm actually getting some good feedback from Aussie arm wrestler. He's watching it and telling me some
Yeah,
things.
I heard. I saw your mic was on.
Yeah, yeah, which is okay.
Yeah.
But that's why we love to do this the night before. You know, just kind of work out some
Okay,
of the.
so it looks like he's going all hard post back run, and I apologize, but I think okay. Now he's going inside. Yeah, when he's going arm back like that, I feel like his biceps going to get exposed.
Yeah, I think so
This
too.
is the
Yeah.
move, in my opinion, for him to attack with. Now, he may run right into the wedge of Benjamin Leclerc because he has the longer lever, so he might hit right into he might hit right into the wrist bone of Ben trying this move. But this is the move that I think he should do if he can pull it off.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
looks like he's backing out of it though.
if I'm Matt,
He needs to go forward. He needs to commit forward. Both of them.
Nice. Oh, no. Oh, nice. Oh, no. Yeah, it's just too much power.
There you go.
Ben Leclerc with a really nice win, really impressive.
Yeah.
I was
Very
going to say,
impressive.
if I'm, if Matt, if anything, I would have been like, man, maybe try to run in this corner, try to maybe hit the position. But really nice job on Ben.
Very good job. Very good job. All right, Matt, let's get you set down here real quick, young man. There you go. All right, partner. Well, I moved that mic over. I guess we don't need it. All right, so not what you expected.
Oh, not what I expected at all. But I mean, I've never pulled it. He's like, what, 2 years into the sport?
He's
Like,
21
wow.
years old, and he's huge.
Yeah.
So
He just crowded table like crazy.
dude, big
man.
because he's so massive, right?
Yeah.
But what was blowing my mind, I was talking to Jason about it, is it looked like you had the higher hand position,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow he would have this lower position and still be able to force the hook because it felt like he would need to be higher to get. Oh, it was weird. The
Yeah,
angle
it
was
was-
weird to me, and to
the
watch it
second-
just land inside like that, and to see his back pressure. look
Second
crazy.
he dove that shoulder in,
Yeah.
like just on setup, it's almost like pulling, you know, like Cody Merritt will get those last two fingers and tighten them down.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing. He'll sit there right on the shoulder, and
Because see, it didn't look like shoulder commitment from us.
Yeah,
Really?
from our end,
No,
it
from
did
our
not,
end, it looks
yeah.
like
Oh,
because he's
dude.
so massive though. He's so
Yeah.
massive, really
Oh,
can't
yeah,
tell
it
from
was-
him.
there
But
was-
it looks
there
like
was
he
no
just
center of the
turns directly into here and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
lays his body over, right? And I was thinking bent wrist press. I was thinking about
Oh,
round
that's what I
three.
wanted.
Well, I know.
That's what I absolutely wanted. That's what I was preparing for.
Yeah, I was expecting you to bent wrist press round 3. Like that's what I wanted to see you do because I
know,
didn't. And
I-
you know more than me.
I've-
You felt the pressure. So
I've never bent wrist press before in my life.
yeah, but that was the time to try.
Yeah, I was gonna-
All right, let's go again. Let's
I
go
said to
again.
Michael, it looked like in round 2, before the slip, you guys, it looked like you felt something. You gave that, like, I'm in this. Because
Oh
the
yeah,
first round,
he went right into my power.
Yeah, and-
I wanted him to flop down like that because my pronation. Few people are gonna match my pronation. He hit my weak spot, which one? You got me turned this way. You're gonna.
Yeah, he supinated you,
Yeah.
and he did it well, very
But,
efficiently.
yeah.
So to me, it showed a lot of experience for such a guy so young in the sport.
Oh yeah, dude. His
So,
group, the
yeah.
group he trains with, man. There's second to none groups out
Young
there.
man has tons of potential.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because this was a huge match. This got him on the rank. This got him.
Oh yeah, I had everything to lose. He had everything to gain. You kidding me?
Sorry. That's
Yeah,
fine,
he
brother.
wanted-
Just give me
Very
something to
happy
train
have you.
for.
God bless.
there's plenty of whiskey in the back if you want to just,
I'm sure we'll see you again.
Yeah, thank you
I'm
for the
always-
opportunity,
I'm always
brother.
impressed to
Appreciate
see you pull. You and I have battled a couple times in
Yeah.
the past as well. So yeah, Always a pleasure, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If it makes you feel any better too, you made Luke Pulcher look very, very small.
Yeah, Luke looked really small up there. He looked like a half human.
And that's with a black shirt on.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
That was a very slimming
Very
shirt.
slimming.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks, yes.
All right, brother. Be blessed.
All right, we're gonna bring our winner, Ben, Young Ben, Big Ben. If he's not,
Definitely Big Ben.
If he's not going by Big Ben, he needs to go by Big Ben Leclerc.
He does need to be Big Ben Leclerc.
Super impressive. And if you're an older guy in arm wrestling and you see these 21-year-olds with 2 years in coming in, it's maybe it's like time to maybe start darts or bowling or something like that.
Amen to that. God bless, brother. Very impressive.
Congratulations,
hey,
sir.
Awesome job. Awesome
Thank you for the
job.
opportunity.
So, of course, absolutely. What did you? Is this how you expected that to go? Because I mean, I know you've watched Matt a bunch. How did you expect this match to go?
Honestly, I haven't really seen much footage on him left hand. I knew he was top roller, but
Yeah.
I know that's my go-to is a posting top roll. But I just off the first slip felt up there that wasn't the place to go, so I kind of I tried to get my pinky forward to get around and engage that supination. I've been training that a lot, and I'm glad.
Dude, it looked spectacular.
Yes.
Because from here, I saw no telegraphed shoulder. I just saw like a come here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never seen such control from such a large frame guy, not using the tools that you would think you'd best be at, which would be a posting style top rope. Like you just drug him in, and then as soon as it went inside, it was over. So super, super impressed. A lot of talent, a lot of skill. A lot of guys are gonna be looking out for you right now. That was super huge. So I know you pulled Corey West in the past. Who's next for you? What's on your sights? Who are you looking for?
Any and all comers.
Any and all comers. Y'all heard it here. That's a lot of comers.
Well, Matt gave you
You know what
a
I'm
nice
saying?
props. He compared you to a pretty good arm wrestler, left-handed. I guess he's kind of good, Cody Merritt. And he said that you and Cody vote very similar to the way you just turned that bottom finger supination in. And so, I mean, that's a great name to be paralleled with, for sure.
I'm just honored to be in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Over and above all, I'm
Congratulations.
just glad I have a great team to work with, and
How much does that team play a role in your success?
everything.
It's huge, right?
Everything.
Like people don't understand the better quality of people you get to pull with on a consistent basis, the better it's going to make you.
Absolutely, yep.
Hey, brother, congratulations. There's your Monster Factory Championship medal. God bless. Look forward to having you back.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, sir.
All right. Here
Give
we
it up
go.
for Glenn
Here we
Leclerc.
go.
Big Ben Leclerc.
All
It
right,
is windy in here.
Big Benjamin Leclerc. Big Ben. Yes, definitely. So we have Mrs. Monster back at the table. And before we go to our live chat, or our chat back and forth, we're going to go ahead and thank you to Nine Line Apparel. These guys have been, oh my God, they've been with us since the beginning of the tour. Amazing people. Let's roll this footage real quick.
All right, nice.
All right, guys. So, yeah, I mean, how good did it look seeing that right arm training right there? Did you see that?
I
Y'all
like
paying
the
attention?
QR code, actually.
QR code looked really good.
Okay,
Rewind this stuff, QR code that stuff. Go get your 20% off. Use code Monster20. I don't know if it works that way.
So fantastic company. They're right, and they are partnered with. Well, what they're doing is they're helping out veterans and first responders. A portion of their proceeds go to actually build tiny homes for veterans that are getting back into the work communities.
Absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
So, thank you so much, Nonline, for all your support. But I got a couple of super chats to read. Sumo Dawes, both of them are from him. Sumo Dawes.
All right.
He says, "Who's better looking though, me or Phil?" All right, there's something
Listen,
funny going on here.
I don't know what's happening, but all I know is Sumo Dawes is shredded.
He is so shredded.
I'm like, you cannot come to my house being that shredded. That is
Dude,
just wrong.
We drove in this morning from doing some cardio, and the sun was hitting him, and I was like, "Oh hell!"
What kind of shit
Give
is
that man some carbs.
Fatten that boy up. You can't come to Monster Factory being that ripped.
And then he says, "Who surrender, me or Phil Woody?" You're so funny.
Yeah, happy to have our English friends over here. Made the trip all the way from Great Britain, and it's absolutely spectacular.
I got some tea.
You did get some tea.
I got some tea.
And Randy Freeman dropping in a $200 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. That really goes a long way to helping us out in future events. Thank you for what you do for the sport. And let's get this in the Olympics.
Wow. So
So what do
Randy,
you think about that?
appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Actually, inbox me on Instagram or Facebook on my MonsterFactory page. Got something I want to talk to you about. But The Olympics. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I've been in this thing since 1990. And in 1996, we were scheduled to be a demonstration sport in the Olympics, but we got beat out by women's beach volleyball. That was our chance. That was it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we've been in Goodwill Games. Ron Bath was representing the United States in 1994, the Goodwill Games. Arm wrestling has popped up all over the place. The Olympics is something I used to want so bad. I wanted to sign. He came to my town. Welcome to hometown of world champion, Olympic gold medalist, arm wrestling champion, MonsterFactory Todd. It never happened. I do have the world titles, but the Olympic gold medal, to stand on that podium and get that gold medal would be the most amazing thing, and I wish it so much for the future of arm wrestling. I think that was. I will build something. I will build something bigger. But yeah, so that to me, guys, I'm always optimistic and hopeful that one day our sport will be represented in the Olympics. I don't know if that's the path we're going to go. I think we're going to be more the path of UFC, and I think that's going to be through all these people who are supporting us right now. Arm wrestling going crazy on social media. All the people out there, the influencers who are arm wrestlers, are out there pushing arm wrestling. I think that's the future, and I think that's how we become household names.
And Brad Butler, so sorry you cannot be here, friend. You're greatly missed. Says, I'm totally missing out not being there, but I'll be supporting with a few super chats anyway. All the best on a super successful event, y'all. And White Wolf in the house.
White Wolf?
Best of luck tomorrow at the Monster Factory. Mike and Rebecca, great lineup, and really stoked to see the action. Mike, you look and are so much like my younger brother. Aroo!
That must be one handsome individual.
So earlier when I dropped the link and told that we were going to be doing a Q&A, we did have a couple of questions from Facebook, and I want to give these to you right now, Michael.
Let's hit it, baby.
Okay, he says, this is from Carlos Succeda, a top fan on your Facebook page. Says, what is the hardest thing for you to overcome as a professional arm wrestler athlete before a match?
The nerves. I'm a guy who still gets nervous like it's like I'm brand new to this thing, and it's so funny. I will start second guessing myself and start thinking, you know, maybe it's time to retire and blah 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 until that first ready go. Once that first ready go happens, win or lose, I'm ready to bang. So yeah, it's always been the week of. The preparation, the training, all those things just came easy to me because I didn't know anything else. It's that week of, what do you do that week when you can't train? Your body starts to feel flat, and you don't know if you've done enough work.
I was going to ask you, did you still get the phantom pains, or did you still get the
phantom pains come 24 to 48 hours every time out.
Okay,
24 to 48 hours out before every match,
I'm
phantom
not even
pains.
competing, and I got in the car with Jody and Tim, and just like they're talking about it, I was like, man, my arms are starting to hurt. I'm not even competing.
All right, what else we got, babe? What else we got?
Well, Antonio De Costa says, here's a question for real. When you're very honest with yourself, you're asking a lot, buddy. What are your true feelings about coming back from this injury?
Am I allowed to answer honestly?
Yes.
I will dominate the world. No, just kidding. No, seriously, listen, I believe this will be the hardest work I've ever had to do in my life. I believe it'll be the hardest work I've ever had to do. I believe I'm going to have the opportunity with a healthy, fresh, recovered, healed arm to go as far as I'm willing to work to get to. If I'm willing to do the work, I don't think there is I don't think there's a ceiling. I think anything's possible. I've always believed that. I always believe I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to put in the work. There are giants out there, but I intend on being a giant slayer. So it's going to take a while, but I'm all in. You know.
Well, all we got is time, right, baby?
That's it.
We got time.
I said Michael comes from Arkansas, not Arkansas. So.
Definitely Arcan. There ain't no can around here.
No can.
All right,
what
guys.
you got?
Well, we greatly appreciate all of you tuning in tonight for our dress rehearsal, but these awesome matches that are preliminaries for Monster Factory 4. Tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, we still have 5 minutes left of our 10 minutes.
5 p.m.
5 p.m. tomorrow.
Central Standard Time.
CST,
Do you
baby.
want to talk about that lineup really quickly before we
I feel like we should go over the lineup. So we're going to start with our undercard matches tomorrow night. The very first match of the night is going to be Rush Trader and Jody Williams. And the reason being is our good friend Daniel Worley booked the wrong flight. He's like, hey, dude, I thought I booked coming in Thursday. I don't get into 11 o'clock Friday. I'm like, well, that's unfortunate because your match is like 5:30 Friday night. So I'm like, no problems. We're going to move you on over to the Saturday card. We'll just add an additional undercard match. So because of that, the match that is most important, now this is taking nothing away from that match with Daniel Worley. The match that's most important, Jody Williams, is Rush Trader. These guys have history. They want to pull. They asked for it. Both guys asked for the match. So, yeah, we're starting off tomorrow with Rush Trader versus Jody Williams. The next match, the one you just saw tonight, but in left-hand action for the ranking spot, John Therian versus Stephen Logsdon. Guys, I cannot say enough good things about Stephen Logsdon. He looked amazing because, like I said,
John
John
Therian,
Therian is a savage.
his nickname fits.
He is a beast.
Yeah.
He is relentless. And today he just ran into someone who posed a lot of problems in the setup and negating his access to power. And that's what I saw
And
today.
if I'm John Therian and I'm just coming in confident in my right hand, I'm
I'm
really
not
nervous
super,
tomorrow.
I'm not super stoked
I'm really
about
nervous
that
tomorrow
left-hand
about that left hand
I am
tomorrow
not
for
super
sure.
stoked about that left-hand match if things went like that way right-handed because he is a predominantly right-handed guy. But I pulled him in the overall, and he had a good outside move. So I feel like that. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? That might be just the thing that John needed to fire himself up. The next match, guys, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Bob Brown versus Austin Wade. Bob Brown is undefeated in the MonsterFactory. He's never lost a single. He's never lost a single round.
And he
But
did bring something this time. He brought his wife.
Uh-oh.
I'm scared for Bob. I'm just scared for Bob.
Yeah, so that is the difference. And then we have Austin Wade. Austin Wade is the one cool thing about this match is Bob's like, listen, this kid scares me.
Yeah.
He scares me enough to start training. So
So
he's
he's
like,
gotten
he's like,
serious.
I thank you, Austin Wade, for lighting a fire to get me in the gym because you scare me. So
Yep.
that's gonna be a great match. Then we have the one that was supposed to happen tonight, Daniel Worley versus Jody Williams. Neither one of those guys are predominantly right-hand pullers. They're both pretty good left-handed pullers, but they're both good right-handed pullers.
Mm.
So it's going to be their off-arm banging tomorrow evening. Yeah, it is tomorrow night. Fourth match of the undercard. I'm pretty excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm pretty excited.
Is there any chance that Daniel missed his flight on purpose because he's icing Jody?
Oh,
Is he icing him? Like he
you
icing
never
the-
know. You
I don't
never
know. The strategy
I
in
don't
arm
think
wrestling,
that's the
I don't
case,
put it past
'cause
anybody.
listen, if you had time that you could spend with me, would you pass that up?
Oh,
like,
Michael
he could
Todd.
be here hanging out with me.
Oh, I thought that was to
Oh,
Rebecca.
wait, that was my inner Travis Bajan for a second.
Okay.
Hang on. Okay.
But when you talked about being excited, I actually wanted to, guys, if you wonder why Michael Todd puts these events on, why he's into promoting arm wrestling, it's because of this right here. He is like a kid at Christmas.
Listen, I've had to pee for
I'm
like
a
45
wreck.
minutes, and I've still been sitting here talking about arm wrestling.
I'm a
That's
wreck,
how
and
bad-
he is just so excited.
All right,
Okay, go ahead.
next match, Carl Stanley, Sonny Gay. That's supposed to be a left-handed match, Carl Stanley versus Jonathan Breeden. Jonathan Breeden texted me, he's like, dude, I got work, I can't make it. Sonny Gay had messaged, like, listen, I want on the card bad. I was
And
like,
he's here.
I was like, all right, well, Carl Stanley just had a freed up match. Do you want to pull left? Do you want to pull right? So I want right. I said, Carl, you up for pulling right? He said, let's roll. So tomorrow night we have a killer super heavyweight right-handed match. Now on top of that, this is a rematch from the Arnold Classic this year.
Huh?
Yeah.
Devin Gagdeben, Mirtale Aslanov.
Mirtale. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, you said Mirtale.
He
I
wants
said
to be
Mirtale.
called
He's
Aslan, though, because that's his
Aslan because
nickname.
it means
Which-
lion.
Lion.
I'm happy to that because it's way easier to say.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll call you whatever. We'll call you whatever we want.
I
brother.
don't care. Mirtale is a bad dude.
Yeah.
He has got huge wins in the sport of arm wrestling. He's been around forever. European champion. May have won a WF title. I can't remember. Beat Dimitri Trubin at the Arnold Classic the year that I won.
Gave you a hella match.
Hella match. These guys strong. Now he had a couple of years where he was kind of injuries and played and some stuff like that, but he looks super serious right now. He won the Arnold Classic very impressively. That is the end of the undercard. Now we're moving on to the main card.
Yep.
I want to jump in with this super chat really quick from Alexander Clark. MT, me and Jolene here. This awesome start to MonsterFactory 4. Some things prevented us from attending. We know, Alexander, and our prayers are with you. Mike, I will hit you up later about good news.
Amen, brother. Amen. So, yeah, I got your shirts here. I will either be sending them to you or wait until you come down to visit. One or the other. You got your all the Clark family shirts. So, yeah, here we go. Main event time. Tim Talmadge, Robbie Russell. Tim asked for this match. Tim chose this match.
Tim drinks a lot.
Tim does drink a lot. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I have no idea how much he drinks.
Who calls out Robbie
I
Russell?
don't know why you would call it Robbie Russell.
I don't know why
Robbie
you
Russell
would.
is a really strong 200-pound arm wrestler.
Yeah.
And Tim Talmadge is ranked like 6, 7, something like that, 220.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Robbie's ranked in the 198 class. So, who knows? This is a huge opportunity for Robbie Russell, although I think Tim's considered the underdog in this match.
I would
I
think
have
that
no
too.
idea what's going to happen.
Did you reverse that?
No, I said it right.
Yeah.
Tim is considered the underdog.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like he really is. But it's still a huge match for Robbie because Tim is the higher ranked guy in the higher division.
Okay.
Right? So if he does beat Tim, and although I said quite a few people expect that to be the outcome, that's huge for him. Now, I think Tim's got different plans.
Yeah.
I think Tim's got a smile on his face like he knows something we don't. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. Now, this next one,
Tim shook hands with Hermes Gasparini, so I think
that's probably what did it.
There's some
That's
translation
probably
or
what
something.
did
I
it,
don't know.
yeah.
Only
I
quality
can
now.
see how that would work.
Only
I can see how that would
quality.
work. Yeah, that's so funny. All right, so next match. This is insane. Daniel Mosier versus Brent Rockers.
Rockers. There
What?
we go.
What?
You said it
What?
right.
I did say it right.
He
did
said
say
it
it
right,
rock and
Brent.
roll kinda
He
guy.
said rockers.
Brent Rockers. This dude Jack. See behind me? He's huge. Yeah. So that is gonna be a crazy match. Now Daniel Mosier, I don't think he's here yet. I think he's on his way. He should be here soon.
We
No,
still haven't got a weigh in for Eduardo.
Eduardo's on his way still.
We still have to
so
wait
we're
out.
hanging out for a bit.
I love this match. No, whose idea was this? The Dan match, the Dan and.
So that was a Michael Todd idea because those guys battle back and forth at IFA at 209. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I think this is like a 205, 209 cap that they both decided on. I can't remember what it was. But yeah.
And how do you see that match going, like preliminary?
If Brent Rockers puts some brakes on Dan, it could be a long day. But it is very hard to stop Dan Mosier.
Yeah.
Dan Mosier is super, but Dan can win long matches. I've seen him win long matches as well.
Yep.
Brent has an insanely strong hand. Daniel has an insanely strong hand and a strong hit.
Yep.
Brent has a crazy strong arm. So I mean,
super
I
awesome
still
match.
think Dan would be considered the favorite, like a 55-45. But that match can go either way. Super excited.
Yep.
Artem Ternenko versus Pablo.
Probably
Yin-yin.
That's it. That's actually the
Oh,
easier
look.
name than Brent said to say.
He's
Artem.
bombing you.
Artem. So, tell me if I'm wrong. You tell me that Pablo asked you for the match. And then say, okay, cool. I'll call Pablo instead of the match. Is that how it happened?
Hell no. You called me. Hey,
That's exactly what happened.
who can beat you?
I'm talking to this guy. He's like, oh man, Pablo said he wanted to pull me. I'm like, well, okay then. I'll
Yes.
call Pablo.
So how it started is you start giving me names. None of them were under 200 pounds. So I'm like, I have no choice. And then somehow along the way, me and Paulo start talking. He's like, I'll pull you. I'm like, you can pull me. Yes, I like it. Yeah, okay, we can set it up. Yes, I'll talk to Michael. And
Apparently
then
that's how it went.
Yep, and then you set it up. However, you did ask me if that's what I really want.
I did.
And then I had to sit down with me for a second. It's a good question, thank you, Mike. And then I'm like, that's what I really want. That's the
seriously,
match.
in this particular instance, you have 0 things to lose.
Zero.
You're pulling the
yeah,
240-pound Monster Factory left-handed champion, weighing 208 pounds dressed. Now, you
with
do
his chain.
stylistically have a shot. Now, no offense, I don't take that the wrong way, but your angles and your lanes are that could trouble him.
He's
that
very
could
smart
fatigue
on the
him.
table.
I mean, I've watched you progress significantly in the last couple of years, or I would not have invited you because I felt like that would have been a dumb match. But now, watching you arm wrestle recently, I'm interested. I may be as most interested in that match as any that's going to be on the card.
Okay,
tomorrow
that's
night.
good to hear. I appreciate
Yeah,
it,
I
Mike.
mean-
I'm finally glad I got to be on that side of things.
Yeah, I mean-
I can get rooted for.
Well,
Uh,
it's exciting because I personally like being the underdog. I personally
Yeah.
like when people say I can't do this. You know?
Right,
So
for
I
sure.
feel like a lot of people have been telling you this. so,
Oh, yeah, a lot. It was a big
you're
list
in a
of
position
people.
tomorrow night
big list
to
of
prove
people.
huge list. I mean, you have an opportunity to prove
I
people wrong
have.
tomorrow. So
I cannot wait for it to be over to go back to comments and say nope. That's not how it went. 3-0. Nope. Just I'm gonna go and dislike every comment on Facebook and YouTube.
I've never done anything like that in my life.
No,
Um,
I don't know. I saved them in my favorites just to be sure I come back. I wanna
oh,
make
that's
sure.
smart.
Well,
That's actually smart.
we got handed when we got
I'm very
here.
petty.
We got handed when
He's
we
very
got here
petty.
one of these sheets.
Thank you guys.
All right, brother.
And they wanted us to make a prediction where you scratch off your name, right? And
didn't do it?
no, I did do it. But I was going to say I did do it, but you'll know which one's Artem's because he's the only one that picked scratch off Pablo's name. I said you don't even need to write your name on it, bro. It's like we
You're
saw.
the
Oh,
only
you're the
person-
only
yeah,
person
yeah.
that picked.
All right, so
yeah.
then we have Eduardo Tiete
Golf
versus.
Addict here is saying, hi, Monster and Mrs. Monster. Be well and be safe. Cheers from Vulcan, Alberta, Canada.
Thank you so much.
for that
Thank you so
support.
much. So
Yeah, get on with it.
Moving forward, Eduardo
Thank you
Tiete
so much.
versus Craig Touye, 200-pound right-handed match. So this is a rankings match
Yep.
for the Monster Factory. Like right now, we saw Craig Touye pull Brandon Seltzer for the 200-pound championship match at the Monster Factory 3. War back and forth. Brandon came out on top.
Crazy boy.
That means Craig is pulling to earn his shot back. So what I think would happen, in my opinion, moving forward, the winner between Craig Touye and Eduardo Tiete would pull the winner of Dan Mosier versus Brent Rockers to see who would face Brandon Seltzer for the
I
title.
understand.
To me, that's how those things play out. Neither one of these are neither one of these become number one contender. The winner of these, we have some of the top 200-pound arm wrestlers
Yeah.
in North America in the house of the Monster Factory right now.
It's crazy.
So it is insane. So seeing that match happen tomorrow, the winner of those two matches, I think, need to face each other, and the winner of that earns a shot at Brandon Seltzer for the title. Next, Roman Gromov versus Dustin Hyatt. Oh my God! So when I first announced this at Monster Factory 3, I caught a lot of slack. Oh, Dustin's not there yet. Dustin's not there yet. Guys, I think Dustin's there.
He's there.
Dustin's a stud.
Yeah.
I think he showed he's there.
Oh my God! So both of these guys finished second at the Arnold, which is somewhat of an upset for Roman because Roman has been the number one in North America under 165 pounds for a while. He ran into a very strong Kevin Palco. Was that Kevin Palco? Was that Roman being off that day? I'm not sure, but we're going to find out tomorrow whether Roman Gromoff or Dustin Hyde's going to come home with a 170-pound Monster Factory
And like you were
championship
saying,
title.
how quickly people, it's weird, people are flaky. Would never think that in the
No
day.
clue.
And, but it's funny because, you asked about this match in December 10th, just a few months ago, and it was like Roman, like you were saying, Roman the clear favorite. And most of the polls I've seen now have Dustin as the favorite.
Yes.
So it's, again, really interesting.
Again, it's the
one loss.
The landscape of arm wrestling changes frequently.
Well, it's so weird
You know,
because not that you would know anything about this,
Not
but
at
as soon
all.
as someone has a loss, you're done. You should retire.
100% quit, get out of here, don't ever do it again.
You're stuck. You're terrible. So that's what Roman is right now. So
Yeah.
he's got
All
to work
right,
his
guys.
way
So
back.
main event tomorrow night. This is what we've all been waiting for: Ron Bath versus reigning champion Pablo Durbeniev. I think I said it right.
Let me see if I
Durbeniev.
see these guys
Durbeniev.
in here.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, Durbeniev.
Durbeniev.
Yeah.
Durbeniev. Pablo Durbeniev.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, guys, listen,
Ron
right off
and
the top.
Pablo.
Ron Bath versus Pablo tomorrow night, right-handed best of five, heavyweight championship at the Monster Factory. Who reigns supreme?
Well, and it's funny because if you're involved in the sport, you know Ron Bath. If you don't know the sport, you know these names like John Brzenk, and it's a lot of people say if John Brzenk in a parallel universe didn't exist, we might be talking about Ron Bath in that light,
Listen, Ron Bath has got more wins on John Brzenk probably than anyone in the sport of arm wrestling because they battled back and forth over the years. And in 2007, Ron Bath won the Mohican Sun over John Brzenk, over Jerry Cutterette. Ron Bath is a stud.
Yeah.
His shirt says legend because he is one, right? And let me tell you what I believe. Since he has married Angie Rose,
Yeah, you leveled up
Angie
his
has
game.
been
Yeah.
cracking the whip on that dude.
Yes.
That fella has to train harder than Allie's ever trained in his life. She will not slack. Now, I don't have one of those. Mine's like, let's eat pizza, cake, and ice cream. We're out.
I like
That's
that.
That's how we roll. Like, I'm telling you, neither one of us are very supportive of the other one's fitness. We really like cake and pizza. Ice cream's a fan, too. So,
And bed.
a lot of bed.
Oh. Watch
But,
TV.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what it is, making TV. So basically, Ron Bath's a stud.
He is.
So if he pulls it off tomorrow, I will not be surprised. But looking at what Pablo's accomplished recently, holy crap!
Yeah,
who's going to slow that guy
And I
down?
was talking to him, and he said he was saying he's like most of his life, his arm wrestling training was on the table, and he had a manual labor job.
Yep.
And now he said,
Back
he's
construction, walls of power.
Yeah. And so now he said him and Angie are in the gym together more often. Again, they motivate each other and stuff like that. So it's super. It's fun to see because these guys have history.
100%. And the other thing about Ron Bath, before we get to a couple super chats, is the fact that he's taken recovery seriously, and that's something that I've realized because of this injury how important recovery is. Red light therapy, ice bath, massages, hyperbaric chambers. We may have something
Vitacell
serious. We may
Biologics.
have something awesome coming here. Vitacell Biologic stem cells. Ron got stem cells as well.
He did.
This is the stem cell version of Ron Bath. We have never seen the stem cell version of Ron Bath. What is that going to be, right? Super excited about tomorrow night. Be sure to tune in 5 p.m.
Central.
Monster Michael Todd on YouTube. This thing's going to be crazy. Vitacell, brought to you by Vitacell Biologic, Redcon 19 Line, McHenry Excavating Merit Construction. We got Jason Latona, Mrs. Monster, the one and only Monster Michael Todd, who apparently cannot compete right now because the doctor said no. That's where we're at. You got some super chats before we roll?
I got Jack Bartley saying this is going to be an interesting show. It really is. It's
Is that because of my really cool commentary or because of awesome matches? Because I'm pretty
because of the
animated.
awesome matches, yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Rob, who has actually done our production tonight, doing a bang up job. Rob
I'm
Kelly.
pleased with everything. Like, we
Yes.
have not had any trouble. Like, we took us about a few minutes to get started. We had to do some stuff with your computer and your phone or something like that. I like the shots. I like the angles. Everything's flowing pretty well. The one thing we don't have a lot of tonight, we may have more tomorrow, are integrations. I didn't focus on integrations for this event because I knew Vitacell was coming through for us, and I have something big coming here at the Monster Factory, so I'm calling in all favors for that, right? So, guys, exciting times here. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Jason Waldron dropping a $10 support sticker. Thank you
so much, Jason.
For that
We appreciate all the support tonight. Please tune in tomorrow. This was a short one. Like we said, this was our trial run. This is our test run. Tomorrow, we have 12 matches. 6 undercard matches, 6 main card matches.
But let me tell you guys what is going to be happening tomorrow before Monster Factory kicks off. This guy's got to get out his pocketbook, so these super chats help a lot because we are taking this entire
I got to
group
feed all these people.
to the Chinese buffet.
Well, it is. I mean, it's a sushi buffet for me. It's
Sushi
Chinese
buffet.
buffet, but this guy goes for sushi.
Nice. I was going to say, my first experience at Monster Factory, it was an honor to be here in part 3. And the most impressive thing, more than the match with Brandon and watching Corey beat Cody, the most impressive thing I saw was Michael Todd out-eat Corey West. I would have lost that bet.
Daily.
I
Everybody.
would have lost that bet.
Corey can eat faster than me, but not near
I
as
would
much
have lost
quantity.
that bet. I
Yeah.
saw him eat more full plates of food than I would have ever. And you were shredded.
Yeah.
Nothing right
did
now,
you,
but
he just said were. Past tense. You hear that?
you were shredded.
I'm still, yeah, you want me to go show you I'll take my shirt off right now.
I can't wait. Right on that note.
All right, guys. God bless. Take care. Tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be crazy. Go to Vital Cell Biologics, 1-855-696-CELL, 1-855-696-CELL, 2355. Use code